Usually, telling someone to act their age means that they're being immature, but the kids in this video are way more mature than they should be. If you've ever wondered what happened to Boss Baby when he got a little older, well, we're just saying we've never seen him in the same room with any of these amazing kids. Even kids know that the best way to get the latest from The Richest is to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. Sanele Masilela. When you're a kid, being bossed around by your parents or older siblings can be bad enough. You definitely don't need any of your late relatives weighing in. When Sanele Masilela was only 8 years old, his family claimed that their dearly departed ancestors wanted him to get married, and they wanted to comply rather than face divine retribution. Apparently, these ghostly apparitions really wanted little Sanele to marry 61-year-old mother of 5 Helen Shabangu. The two were joined in a lavish ceremony, although they claim the union is only spiritual, and both returned to their homes to live apart afterwards. Sanele claims that he was happy and excited to get married, although he hopes to find a more suitably aged mate later in life. Ouch! Hey Sanele, when you're older, you'll learn to keep those thoughts to yourself and not say them in front of your wife. Apparently, the pair liked getting married so much that they did it a year later when Sanele was 9 years old. Once more, they gathered together with their families for a ceremony in which they renewed their wedding vows. Kristina Pimenova. When we think of supermodels strutting on the catwalk, we usually picture grown women and not little girls. But Kristina Pimenova from Russia is often referred to as the littlest supermodel, after landing a major modeling contract with LA Models when she was only 10 years old. Before her big break, she was already doing just fine in the modeling world, appearing in print advertisements for Vogue Italia, Dolce & Gabbana, Roberto Cavalli, and more. The first time she walked on stage, she was only 4 years old, and when she was 7, she was featured on the Vogue Bambini cover. She has an impressive online following that most adults would envy, with about 1.9 million Instagram followers. Despite her success and her many fans, Pimenova's meteoric rise to stardom has been a source of controversy. Many people claim that her manager mother, Glikaria Pimenova, is sexualizing her child. Her mother responds to those accusations, claiming that anyone who can see a child and believe they're being provocative is the one with the problem. LA Models certainly sees no issues featuring Pimenova and has stated that they look forward to having a long-lasting relationship with this young star. Anastasia Bezrukova. Just like Kristina Pimenova, pint-sized supermodel Anastasia Bezrukova is also from Russia. Bezrukova was born in Moscow, and at the age of 10, she was known as one of the most in-demand child models in all of Europe. She's been featured on the cover of Vogue Bambini and has modeled for top brands such as Benetton, Pinko, and Moschino. Like many adult fashion models, she hopes to parlay her modeling success into a successful film career. She studied dance under famous dancer and choreographer Radu Poklitaru and has taken acting lessons as well. Her hard work came in handy when she starred in a movie called After You're Gone as the child of a retired ballet dancer. Because of her dance skills, she didn't even require a stunt double, much to the surprise of director Anna Madison. Currently, Bezrukova is only 13 years old, and we can't wait to see what direction this teen's already amazing career takes in the future. She recently announced that she will soon be appearing in a music video for a project known as Sleeplessness by Daniil Golovkin. Iain Collier. Iain Collier is thought to be one of the smartest children in the world, and he probably knows more about chemistry than most of us do. While some of us struggle to remember basic scientific principles, Collier can recite pi to 518 decimal places and knows the entire periodic table of elements inside out. He earned his general certificate of secondary education in chemistry when he was only 7 years old and began studying chemistry at a college level. Despite his brilliance, his father, Valentine Collier, claims that his son gets along well with his peers. In many ways, he plays and acts like a normal child, but he interacts with adults on their own level quite easily as well. Although it's his best subject, chemistry isn't Collier's only interest. He loves to explore and is driven to understand all aspects of science, including the disciplines of physics and biology. We're sure that his driven attitude, coupled with his incredible intelligence, means bright things for young Iain Collier's future. Danielle Burkhead. Despite a difficult beginning to life, including losing her mother at a young age, Danielle Burkhead seems to be successful beyond her years. When she was just a baby, her famous mother, Vicki Lynn Marshall, better known as Anna Nicole Smith, passed away, leaving her custody in hot dispute since her paternity was unknown at the time. After no shortage of paternity tests were administered, it was revealed that her father was Larry Burkhead, so he took custody of his 5-month-old daughter. Following in her mother's footsteps, Daniel Lynn Burkhead began modeling at the age of only 6, appearing in ads for Guess Kids. Co-founder of Guess, Paul Marciano, claimed that he saw much of her mother's playfulness and spirit in young Burkhead. Due to the unusual circumstances of her birth and the resulting paternity case, Burkhead has to contend with a ton of paparazzi at a very young age. Recently, she and her father attended the famous Kentucky Derby, which is the event at which Anna Nicole Smith and Larry Burkhead had met one another. Despite making her home in rural Kentucky, there's no doubt that Burkhead will become an even bigger name in Hollywood when she gets older. It's time for our trivia question. Christopher Paolini is an adult now, but how old was he when he finished his first manuscript and had it published? Keep watching for the answer. Evnika Saadvakass. When most of us were 3 years old, we were still trying to master potty training. Well, at 3, Evnika Saadvakass was engaged in a much more adult activity. While other parents were teaching their kids not to hit each other, her father was training her to be a boxer. Although she has an incredible natural ability, the rest of her siblings undergo training as well. The family trains 5 days a week, with most sessions taking place in the woods near their home. Their father believes that the sport teaches all of his children discipline, courage, and perseverance, but it's little Evnika who has excelled the most. Using just one hand, she can throw 47 punches in only 30 seconds. When she was only 4, she was enraptured with her older siblings' training and began mimicking their moves, much to her father's surprise. If you ask Evnika what she loves about boxing, she'll tell you that she adores the sound of a hard hit making contact, and also enjoys building up her speed. We have a feeling that nobody will be trying to take young Evnika's lunch money away from her at school anytime soon. A strange power source. When you're a baby, your parents spend a lot of time cleaning up your bodily fluids, looking forward to the day when you take care of your own. Well, 4 African teens discovered a shocking way to use human urine and premiered their invention at Maker Faire Africa in Lagos, Nigeria. The girls are Duro Ena Adebola, Akindele Abiola, Faleke Oluwatoyin, and Bello Eniola, and they showed up at the event intending to showcase their rather creative energy solution. Using just a single liter of human urine, the girls were able to get 6 hours of electricity from a generator they put together. The urine is put into an electrolytic cell which separates out the hydrogen. The hydrogen is purified via filter and transferred into a gas cylinder. There it's combined with liquid borax to remove moisture from the gas. Finally, the hydrogen is pushed into the power generator in order to fuel it. This invention might not seem that impressive to those of us who are spoiled with ready access to electricity, but in Africa, generators are relied upon often. Power outages happen multiple times per day, so all those who can afford to have a generator own one. In time, they hope to streamline the process and make it even more efficient. R.D. Rizal. With all of the information available out there about how bad smoking is, it's sort of surprising that anyone picks up the unhealthy and expensive habit at all. Well, at least we can say that little 2-year-old R.D. Rizal didn't know any better when he started smoking. That's right, when he was just a toddler, R.D. became addicted to cigarettes, smoking up to 40 a day at his lowest point. When photos of R.D. lighting up hit the internet, there was an immediate and frankly understandable backlash from the public. The Indian government stepped in to address the problem and set R.D. and his parents up with a rehabilitation program designed to help him kick his cigarette habit. The good news is that the program did indeed help R.D. stop smoking. The bad news is that he simply replaced his cigarette addiction with binge eating. While his lungs recovered, R.D. was piling on the pounds, forcing him to work with a nutritionist. Finally, at the age of only 9 years old, R.D. has overcome both of his bad habits, and we offer him our sincere wishes that he continues to act his age. London Scout. It's always adorable when little kids resemble their parents, but a little girl known as London Scout dresses just like her mom as well. Sai De Silva is a fashion, beauty, and lifestyle blogger, and she decided to let her daughter Scout in on the fun. People love seeing such a fashionable and fun kid, and soon the blog became focused primarily on her adventures. When she isn't taking ballet lessons or communing with her canine friends, Scout is a 4-year-old model who is signed on to work with Generation Model Management. Sai De Silva confesses that she helps her daughter pick out her clothes, but Scout pulls her own outfits together with her fabulous taste in accessories. The mother-daughter duo believe that fashion is a type of art and essential for expressing your individuality. They've also recently started their own YouTube channel and are planning on launching a collaborative clothing line. Scout comes up with the majority of video ideas, and her mom can't wait for her to learn to read and write so that she can contribute even more to the blog that earned her such notoriety. Ryan Wang. When other little kids were learning their ABCs, Ryan Wang was already wailing away on an electric guitar. Eager to nurture her son's musical gift, his mother signed him up for piano lessons when he was 4 years old. In no time, he had mastered 18-page concertos, far outstripping the talents of even adult pianists. The world was shocked by this pine-sized prodigy when he appeared on The Ellen Show at the age of 5. Although that was the performance most of us have seen, it's far from his only one. He's held concerts at Fazioli Concert Hall in Italy, K-Meek Theatre in Vancouver, and played at the 2014 New Year concert in Beijing, China. His talents won him a scholarship when he took first place in the 6 to 10-year-old category at the American Protégé International Piano and Strings Competition. Some people spend their whole lives trying to get to Carnegie Hall, but Wang was invited there based on his incredible talents. Showing incredible maturity along with his talent, he has also used his music to support fundraising efforts, including needy schools, BC Children's Hospital, and the Sarah McLachlan School of Music. Do you know how old Christopher Paolini was when he completed and published his first manuscript? Paolini wrote Aragon, the first novel in the Inheritance Cycle series, when he was only 18, and it was published when he was 19. Sometimes we feel like we barely know how to be adults, so it's kind of sobering to see these kids accomplishing so much at such young ages. What are some adult skills you have now that would have been awesome to possess as a kid? Tell us in the comment section. Now, before you head off to look at your baby pictures and see if you missed your calling as a child model, be sure to like her video and subscribe for more. See you next time!